Hello, 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 everyone. Come on in. Great to see you. And a lot of stuff happening. Trump is getting good news everywhere we look. We're talking about everything here. Okay. All right. You can see me and hear me good on locals. Great. Great to see that. I was been a little concerned over there. And let me check back over here on Rumble as well. And lots of great folks here. Hey, Brad, smoking hot. I thought you were talking about me. Okay, smoking hot caucus we had here in Iowa last night, says S Bar Branch. Okay, have a great show with no tech difficulties. Well, we can't promise any no tech difficulties. I can promise you that. But we are going to be talking here a little bit about, first of all, big things happening for Trump up in New Hampshire. One big in Iowa. In fact, I think the most that any Republican candidate's ever gotten in Iowa is like 25%, 26%, something like that, ever, they said. And Trump blew it out of the water with over 50%. Okay, like this never been done before. Okay, so, the V-man, Vivek, or however you pronounce his name, he was smart enough to get out. I'm telling you what, though, if he was on stage with Trump today in New Hampshire, that guy was a plant the whole time. He was just getting people to go with Trump. And DeSantis and Haley are not smart enough to come out of the rain just yet, but they will. They will eventually. And but the deep state, they really want Haley. They really like Haley. They can basically tell her what to do, and so that's why they're trying to unite even Democrats behind her. There's a plan there, so we've been told. Let me check here. Okay, great. Okay, before we get started here, and we're gonna have a lot of people coming in here a little bit later. I apologize. I've been doing this a lot, especially lately. It's just I'm not giving much advance notice, and I've just got so much going on. And when I can fit it in, I say, "Hey, I can do it now," but I didn't know that before, and I just have to go with it. Okay, so anyway, let me tell you something. Before I get any further into this, okay, I want to make sure everyone knows. Okay. And you had to be on here the other night to know what I'm talking about here, but I want to make sure everyone knows that, my, how can I say it? My dogs are doing really good. Okay. Really good. In fact, I, let me show you a pic. Here's my dogs. I brought them in to play pool. Okay. Right here behind me. Okay. All right. Somebody said, "Brad, I can't believe you let your dogs drink beer, smoke, and gamble. What kind of dog owner are you?" Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. So anyway, I'm sorry, but look, man, my dog's part Pyrenees and part like a German Shepherd. They're not little domesticated dogs. Okay. But nobody bothered to ask that, did they? They just go off on you, and so anyhow, I love dogs, but I'm I tell you what I've learned, man. People will go crazy over over a dog. If it's, I mean, I know they, people think they're their kids, but and they are. I mean, I'm sure they are to them. But at the end of the day, folks, uh, there's they're physically different than us. Okay, so when people say, if you think it's cold, they think it's cold. No, you're entitled to your opinion, but you're not entitled to facts. And the facts are we're biologically different. Okay. There's a lot of things God put with dogs or vice versa that we don't have, or they don't have what we have. So, but I understand the people that are, that love them, you know, like they do. And again, dog is a friend's best man. Dog is man's best friend. I can't even talk. Okay. But anyhow, somebody said Vivek is the snake in Trump's snake story. Shelley Carlson. Okay. Oh man. Um, I you know what? I tell you what, I'm gonna read you something. Just this will be good. Let me pull this up. I saw this, and this is about the best thing I've seen on the dog thing. I want you to listen to this because it's so true. This is the best thing I've ever seen on this. Okay. This guy says, I want to clear something up because it needs to be said. The often repeated quote, if you're cold, they're cold, is absolute nonsense. Animals and humans are not the same, as we're built differently. I'm sorry, but that's just a fact. Your feelings are completely irrelevant, and you're not entitled to your own facts. The perfect example of this is that I raise livestock guardian dogs, specifically Caracachans, I guess that's how you say it, and the Great Pyrenees. They absolutely live for this kind of weather. As soon as it gets in the high 60s to low 70s, they're miserable and overheat. When it gets super cold, especially with snow, they run around and play like it's a sunny day in South Beach. Some breeds were selectively bred to not just survive the cold, but thrive in the cold. And when the weather dips below freezing, he said, this guy has a farm. He says, my pack takes on a new life and gets very excited. They have a thick coat and undercoat that keeps them warm in a way thick layers of clothes could never imitate in a human. In reality, bringing in some breeds would actually make them overheat. You might like a balmy 70 degrees in your home, but that's not too hot for many breeds. They aren't people as much as you'd like to believe they are. They have special needs just like we do, and one of those is a temperature that they are comfortable in. You forget that dogs are the descendants of wolves. Literally, that's what they are. You may feel like you're going to die when the mercury dips below 32 degrees Fahrenheit, but most dog breeds do not feel the same as you. And sure, you make sure you have their shelter, just like we do, that block the north wind and precipitation if they want to utilize it. But stop pretending as though your dog is you. They may be your babies in spirit, but they aren't physically your babies. And by that, I mean they aren't built like you and I physically. They're unique and therefore have unique needs. Not all breeds are Chihuahuas and Yorkies, which my sister has Yorkies. Okay. Some are, I'll just say bad butts. Some are bad butts, the baddest bad butts around, who prefer winter and freezing temps. So by all means, if your dog is a warm weather dog, take what steps need to be taken to give them a comfortable existence indoors. But stop trying to shame all dog owners because you literally have no idea. Some of us have dogs that are the happiest on days like this. They have herds and flocks to protect, and their jobs are more important and much more comfortable thanks to cold weather. Coyotes, wolves, bobcats, cougars, etc. still hunt in this weather. And thus we have dogs that are happy to continue to protect their herds when it's uncomfortable for humans. It's not cold for them. And in reality, they love it. My own pack is hanging out in the middle of the pasture and refusing to go into shelters because they love their job and they love this cold weather. So again, it's not all, you got to know which ones it is. Okay. So again, there's some that do need to be brought in. I just don't have those. Okay. But anyway, so enough of the dogs. All right. Maybe we can put that to rest. Okay. So anyway, I want to we're going to get into part 3 tonight. And let me just tell you before I start it, and I'm not going to be doing a lot of talking tonight. I'm going to be letting a lot of this just play. But I want you to understand, for those that haven't been here, we're talking about Freemasonry. We're talking about deceptive Luciferianism, Satanism. And most all the people that you and I know that are a part of this do not know. They're good people and they don't realize what they're in. Okay? So here's the thing. Don't get all upset again. Don't take it personal. Just listen. Listen to you. You will not be able to deny the truth when you see it. There's proof everywhere. Okay? But again, most people, your grandfather, my grandfather, whoever, they didn't know any of this stuff. And they died not knowing it because they never got up to the top degrees that they don't tell them about in the beginning. Okay? So, and I'm gonna tell you something. He said some things last night that really hit me because I haven't seen this in a couple of years. And he really hit me with the possibility of Joe Rogan and Elon Musk. And I, I'm telling you, I'm going to be looking into this more. But this is really really deep, man. Really deep, and it is pretty creepy. Okay. Oh, somebody asked about the Q stream meeting. Hey, listen, I'm glad you asked that. Something come up, I don't know, but we're about a week away now. I thought it was supposed to be tomorrow, but we're about a week out for when we go on the App Store. Okay. But I am going to be doing a meeting later this week. Okay. Possibly tomorrow night or Thursday night, and I will let you know via social media. Okay. And you can come to it. Okay. So anyway, let's get back to Altian Childs, the X Factor winner from Australia, the record label guy, and we're going to get more in depth here. This is some scary stuff. Okay, here we go. Let me back it up just a hair. Okay, here we go. Screen.